What's up, people of the internet? How's your things? Welcome back to Mail Call and Things People Gave Me, and as always, welcome back to Staring at My Floor. Okay, I'm just going to dive straight in and show you some of the stuff that I got this month. As always, thank you so much to people that have gifted me things or people that have really sorted me out in fabulous deals. First off, I just want to thank Annette. She gave me, well, first of all, I told her that I was looking for handheld systems, especially the newer ones for I have many hospital visits, unfortunately, still coming up. So she managed to acquire me a PS Vita. It is the first edition. It's not the slim, but that's not to be kind of snarled at. I actually think the screen is supposed to be better on them. I did have a PS Vita before, but I did not hold on to it. I gave it to one of my friends and he gave me a game that I was looking for at the time. As most people who collect know, if there's something that you want and you have something you can trade for rather than spend the money, you prefer to do that. She gave me this free with it. I love anything to do with the Mario franchise, so this is really cool. Obviously it doesn't fit the PS Vita, but she knows that I had got a couple of DSs recently, so this is pretty cool. Thank you so much. This is definitely going to be held on to. So she gave me the two of those for 15, which is a fabulous offer. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. The Vita did not come with a charger or a charging cable, but I managed to acquire a charging cable off another friend of mine. So thank you so much. Next up, as always, my friend Daniel outdoes himself. He knows that I'm a big Turtles fan. He gave me this bad boy, which is Tales of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I'll be absolutely honest here and tell you that I haven't actually gone through either of these yet. I've been too busy doing a couple of other things, something that I will get to later. It also came with this, which is absolutely fabulous. I absolutely love it. The original 1990 motion picture special edition of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So it seems to have all the artwork and stuff at the back, which is really cool. And then the actual comic itself in the front. So thank you so much. As I said, he knows how much of a Turtles fan I am, so this is really cool and will be held on to and cherished. Thank you. Next up, last month I told you that I had another one of these coming. It arrived. I've since realised that I can't actually justify having two of them. I haven't even taken the first one out of its baggie yet, so there's a chance. It's like officially licensed and it's size XL if anybody's interested. Feel free to hit me up. It's a really cool hoodie, but I'm probably not going to take the first one out of its baggie, as I said, so I will more than likely put that up for trade or sale. As always, trade is probably my preferred route because I'd like to kind of acquire stuff that I'm missing or stuff that I want. I am still looking out for a couple of consoles for other things. Next up, my friend Johnny did me another absolutely savage deal. I was looking for a Sega Saturn for something that I wanted to do. He gave me a Sega Saturn, one controller, the AV lead and the power lead, and he threw in Resident Evil because I didn't have any games for it, and he gave me the whole thing for €24, which to me anyway is fabulous. Any retro console that you can get for that cheap is absolutely cool. I'm not actually sure on the going rate of it, but for me that was really cool, and it's going to go into, I've been doing a small bit more DIY recently and fixed up a couple of shelves and stuff. I still am way behind on things that I want to do in this room. I'm just not really getting a chance to do them. So slowly, cheeky monkey, or slowly, whatever way you want to put it, I'm going to get there eventually, guys, and I'll do you a quick tour on the way it's going to look. I have other stuff that still hasn't arrived that I'm waiting for from the States. It feels like it's never going to arrive at this stage, but at the same time I understand the person who hasn't sent it has a reason for not sending it. He's busy and kind of things are going on and stuff, so I appreciate everything that he's doing for me. But I really want to get some of it so I can figure out how much space and stuff that I have in my cabinets and kind of get things arranged. Next up, I bought a mug from Lee. As I mentioned, I'm trying to get as much kind of retro merchandise or any merchandise from in and around from the NES or the NES era. So he managed to sort me out with this mug, which is really cool. It's 1992 Nintendo All Rights Reserved, and it's Super Mario punching the Koopa shell and then Super Mario busting through the wall like the Kool-Aid guy, which is really cool. I love anything really that's, as I mentioned already, to do with Mario, so I was always going to get that for the price he had it up for. It was really cool. Next out, shout out to my friend Rob for sorting me out with these. I will always pick up anything that has to do with Nintendo from that era, as I mentioned. I have been trying to procure a couple of these magazines, but unfortunately online they seem to be quite expensive unless there seems to be German versions, and I think even some French versions. But he got me 3 issues on a really good deal. So I have Volume 2, 1990, Issue 2, Volume 2 1990 issue 3, and Volume 3 1991 issue 3. Again, I haven't had a chance to scan through these yet, but they will be bagged and boarded and put into the press for kept with the other stuff that I have. I have a near complete Nintendo Power collection. Well, I say near complete, it's near complete for what I wanted. I just want to get the NES issues. So I have a couple of issues that I'm short on that. Again, if I eventually do a room tour, I will show you a couple of those. Some of them are pretty cool. They're all complete. I even have a couple of seal copies. Next up, a friend of mine, Steve, did a trade with me, which was really cool. He sorted me out for a couple of, as always, I'm interested in anything to do with demo or press release or anything like that. So he managed to sort me out with a couple of these guys, which are promo, not for resale copies for display purposes only. And he managed to sort me out with, I'm all thumbs. He managed to sort me out with a couple of press material bits. He managed to sort me out with a couple of press only ones. Basically, so all of these are, some of them I actually had already, I'm just after realising, but all of these are basically demo only or press kits. I managed to get the lenticular version of Wipeout Fusion, which is another press version. There's World Rally Champions press kit. I have a couple of other ones that I forgot to take out of the press, but thanks very much. He did an absolute fabulous trade with me. We both were very, very happy with that. So thank you. And last but not least, I did a trade with my friend Mark. Well, yeah, a sort of a trade. I got these off my friend Mark. I gave him money for them. Some of them he had actually bought off me previously, and I have an idea for something that I wanted to do coming up. Unfortunately, that may have fallen through. I'm not 100% sure yet. I will hopefully know within the next week or two, and when I do, I will address it more. I hate not elaborating on things, but I will if I can, as soon as possible. I got Super Mario 3, I got Kung Fu, Double Dragon, one of the games I'd actually sold to him originally myself, Double Dragon 2, another one of the games that I sold to him, and Double Dragon 3, Russian Attack, fabulous game, and everyone's favourite, Paperboy. And last but not least, after getting the Vita, I went straight online after hearing about it, and I managed to pick up an SD to Vita, and I got a 64 gig memory card. My plan is to mod the Vita, and if I have a chance, I will do a tutorial on people for doing it. I know still the 3.60 is probably the best software that you can have on it. Luckily enough for me, the Vita that I actually got is lower than 3.6, so I'll do one tutorial on upgrading that, and I will do another tutorial on basically how to get the most out of your Vita when it's on 3.6. I know there are newer versions, and I know there are newer hacks, and I might eventually get to one of those, but bear with me. I'm busy. Just to touch on why I'm busy, I have started a second channel. Some of you have watched it, some of you haven't, I'm sure. If you have time, please feel free to check it out. I've started a brand new series on that, which deals with prototypes and other kind of obscure items that people might know about, or people kind of would like to know more detail about. I'm not just doing my own games, I'm doing stuff for other people as well. People have asked me to kind of cover some of their items after watching the most recent video that I did. If you haven't actually watched that, there's a playlist just below, so feel free to check it out. And as always, guys, thanks very much for watching, and keep it retro. Bye.